3 weekends back, we got wood from Home Depot. Here we are cutting down the wood to smaller pieces so we can run it on the table saw. This is Diane's first try at almost all the tools that we used. She did an awesome job. Here we are putting the basic frame together, shell, using some pocket hole screws. That's a Craig pocket jig. So we are drilling out all the holes and then we'll start putting the frame in. Final pieces are being cut out, so you'll see a blue tape so that the edges don't get ripped, and we used 3/4 inch plywood for the entire build, so you have to be really careful about how and where we cut the plywood so that we could retain the fibers without chipping them off. Here Diane is making one of the longer cuts for I think one of the fronts. So we just finished the cut and we'll move on to the remaining piece. Yep, that's another front she's cutting, and everything is taped up. Now you've started up the dry fit for the whole shell. All the pieces are cut. We're trying to make sure that things fit in line and there's enough space around the shell so things can open and close, mostly for alignment at this point. This is a cabinet hinge jig. Diane is making the holes for the hinge where the hinge will fit in. Thought this was a pretty cool shot, so it's shot in slow-mo. The shutters for the console are going in, and these are the first few shutters we put in just to make sure they are working the way we want it and there's enough room for things to move. And you'll see towards the end of the video that even after taking a lot of measurements and a lot of care, there are still issues, but we handled it as it came. We were just trying out the shutter since we did not know exactly how well it would sit at this point, and I wanted Diane to kind of understand where things go, where to cut, This is where we're just starting to build the center piece of the console, the two middle shutters, and we'll be routing out a whole bunch of slots. And here Diane is doing a test cut to see how well the template works and where to start and stop. And she's also running the vacuum behind the router as she goes, just to keep things clean and keep the slots visible as she cuts through.
Here Diane is
we landed up
last
cutting the two slots, doing all the measurements,
that's a Craig,
and then that's the center line that I'm pointing right now.
She's going at it.
That'll be the first slot, and then we'll be doing 3/8" slots on either side, just so that it looks like one continuous shutter once it's all said and done. The slots are finally cut. Diane did an amazing job. I need a lot of patience. This was like almost an hour and a half of just sitting there, marking everything and going through every single slot with a lot of patience and a lot of accuracy. So she got everything out. Now we are pulling off all the tape so that we can clean up the slots and make sure everything is out. And here's how the final shutter looks. She's now sanding up everything so the edges are nice and smooth. This is, I believe, day 3 when we were at this stage. Same evening, we are trying to put the frame together with the back supports. Did a dry fit, second dry fit, and now we'll start staining the whole carcass. And then you'll see us go ahead and doing some polyurethane work on it so that there's some sheen to the whole piece. After letting it sit for overnight, we decided to go ahead and polyurethane everything. Did all the shutters in the evening. We put together the frame just to do a quick check. This was yesterday, which is I think day 5. And then we put together the whole piece, sanded a bunch so that we could get things cleaned up. And then it was delivered to the owner's house. That's the final product. Hope you guys